Did you know there's an animal so fearless that it literally fights lions, cobras, and even humans, and still walks away like nothing happened? Meet the honey badger, the most insane, unstoppable creature on Earth. Imagine this: a small black and white animal, about the size of a house cat, charging straight into a cobra's nest and winning. It gets bitten by one of the most venomous snakes in the world, falls asleep for a few hours, and then wakes up like, anyway, where was I? That's not a superhero. That's real life. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll understand why even lions, the kings of the savannah, think twice before messing with this little beast. Because the honey badger doesn't just survive. It embarrasses its enemies. It breaks out of cages, steals honey from killer bees, and even teams up with a wild bird to find food. Yeah, you heard that right. This thing actually forms alliances in nature like it's playing real-life Pokemon. So stay till the end, because the last thing you'll learn about this animal is so mind-blowing, it'll make you rethink everything you thought you knew about wild. But before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell, because we're just getting started on exploring the world's weirdest and most unbelievable animals. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. You see, the honey badger doesn't care about size, rank, or danger. It's basically the Chuck Norris of the animal kingdom. While most animals rely on camouflage or speed to stay alive, the honey badger's survival strategy is simple: fight everything. It walks through the savannah like it owns the place. Head up, tail stiff, that signature white stripe running from head to tail like a racing stripe, as if nature itself painted it to say, "Warning, do not mess with me." When a lion pride approaches, most animals run. The honey badger? It turns around and charges straight at them, growling, biting, scratching, and somehow, 9 out of 10 times, the lions back off. Not because they can't kill it, but because they simply don't want to deal with that kind of crazy. This creature is literally built for battle. Its skin is so thick and loose that even if a predator bites it, the badger can twist inside its own skin, spin around, and bite back. Imagine trying to grab someone who can rotate inside their jacket. That's how impossible it is to handle one. And the funniest part? Despite all that aggression, it's not doing it for glory or territory. The honey badger just has zero fear. Scientists have called it the most fearless animal on Earth. And honestly, that's not an exaggeration. But wait, if you think its attitude is wild, wait until you see what happens when it faces off with one of the deadliest snakes in the world. Stay tuned. The next part will shock you. Now, imagine this. You're walking through the African bush, and out of nowhere, you see a cobra, hood flared, hissing, ready to strike. Any normal animal would freeze, run, or hide. But not the honey badger, no. This little maniac charges straight in. It doesn't care that the cobra's venom can kill an elephant. The honey badger goes for the face, wrestling and biting with a speed that looks almost unreal. The snake strikes, once, twice, fangs sink deep into the badger's skin. You'd think that's the end, right? Wrong. The badger keeps fighting until the cobra's body goes limp. Then it calmly drags the dead snake away and starts eating it, head first. But here's where it gets truly insane. After a few minutes, the venom kicks in. The honey badger collapses, completely motionless. You think, okay, that's it, finally dead? But no. A few hours later, it wakes up, shakes off the dust, yawns, and goes right back to eating the snake, like it just took a nap. Scientists have confirmed this isn't legend. The honey badger has a natural resistance to many deadly venoms, including the cobra and puff adder. Its body produces special antibodies that neutralize toxins. Most creatures can't survive for seconds. It's one of nature's most unbelievable defenses. Like evolution decided, yeah, let's make this tiny animal practically immortal. And yet, fighting snakes isn't even the craziest thing the honey badger does. Because when humans tried to lock one up, it turned into a real-life escape artist. Stay tuned. The next part will blow your mind. If you thought fighting cobras was crazy, wait until you hear this. The honey badger might actually be smarter than some people. Meet Stoffel, the most famous honey badger in the world. He lived at a wildlife reserve in South Africa, and his keepers quickly realized this little guy had no interest in being kept. Every night, Stoffel would escape from his enclosure. Not once, not twice, every single night. At first, they thought the fence was too low, so they made it higher. He climbed it. Then they added an electric wire. He dug under it. They reinforced the ground with concrete. He used rocks, logs, even a rake to build a ladder and climb out. Yes, a literal ladder. He figured it out by himself. The keepers filmed him stacking tools, rolling logs, and moving branches to reach the top. It was like watching a furry version of MacGyver. So they moved him into a smooth-walled cage with no objects at all. Problem solved?
Error guard.
Nope.
Maintain lighting match to prior
He waited
scene.
until nightfall,
No ghost shadow.
then unscrewed the metal
Static
latch using his claws and teeth, and walked right out. Scientists say honey badgers have problem-solving intelligence similar to primates. They can remember patterns, manipulate objects, and even cooperate with other animals to achieve goals. But here's the thing. They don't use this intelligence for peace. Oh no. They use it for chaos. Because once Stoffel got out, he didn't just run away. He went straight to the lion enclosure and picked a fight. Yes, a 30-pound badger versus full-grown lions. It didn't win, but it didn't die either. The lions gave up. Stoffel went back to sleep like it was just another Tuesday. And if you think that's unbelievable, wait until you learn why it's called the honey badger. Now you might be wondering, why is it called the honey badger? Well, here's where things get sticky, literally. The honey badger has a serious sweet tooth. It's obsessed with honey and bee larvae. So obsessed that it's willing to raid the nests of killer bees to get it. While most animals run from a swarm, the honey badger just shrugs and walks straight in like it owns the place. Thousands of bees sting it at once. But remember that thick skin? Yeah, those stingers barely make it through. Even if they do, the badger doesn't care. It just digs deeper, ripping open the hive, devouring honeycomb, wax, larvae, everything. It leaves behind a sticky battlefield of broken hives and furious bees. But here's the craziest part. Sometimes, it doesn't even find the hives itself. It gets help. Meet the greater honey guide, a small bird that's smart enough to realize it can't open a beehive on its own. So it calls for help, literally, using a special chirping sound that only the honey badger seems to understand. The bird leads the badger through the forest, flapping from tree to tree until it reaches the hive. Then the badger does all the dirty work, smashing it open and feasting. When it's done, The bird swoops in to eat the leftovers, the larvae, the wax, the crumbs. It's one of the rare examples of cross-species cooperation in the wild. Two completely different animals teaming up for a win-win meal. Nature's odd couple. But this partnership isn't built on trust. If the badger gets annoyed, it might just eat the bird too. So yeah, teamwork, kind of. And if you thought stealing honey from killer bees was insane, wait until you see how clever this creature really is. Because the honey badger isn't just tough, it's a genius in disguise. By now, you've probably realized the honey badger isn't just fearless, it's frighteningly intelligent. But the way it uses that brain? Absolute chaos. See, while other animals learn to hunt or hide, the honey badger learns how to break the rules. In the Kalahari Desert, one was caught on camera faking its own death, lying still until the predator walked away, then jumping up and sprinting to freedom. Another was seen rolling up in a ball to protect its soft belly, using its back as armor, like it invented its own defense strategy. These animals are quick thinkers. They've been seen using sticks and stones as tools, flipping over heavy rocks to find scorpions or digging out burrows of prey with precise technique. Not random scratching, but a planned attack. And here's where it gets even crazier. Honey badgers, remember. They can return to the same area months later and head straight to a hidden food source or a weak spot in a fence they escaped before. It's like they hold grudges with GPS. In captivity, keepers have tried puzzles and locks meant for monkeys. The badgers solved them. One researcher said, "They're not just smart, they're criminally smart." But it's not all brains and mischief. This intelligence is part of what makes the honey badger such a survivor. It's adaptable. It can live in deserts, forests, grasslands, from Africa to India. No matter where it goes, it finds a way to dominate. And yet, after all the fighting, escaping, and stealing, there's still one more twist to this story. Because nature gave this tiny creature a weapon no one expected. Something that keeps even its predators far, far away. Stay tuned. This final part will make you rethink everything you thought about cute animals. So, after everything you've seen, the fights, the escapes, the honey raids, you'd think the honey badger has shown us all its tricks, right? Wrong. Because this little monster has one last secret weapon. Deep under its tail, the honey badger has a gland that releases one of the worst smells in the animal kingdom. Think of the world's smelliest skunk. Now multiply it by 10. It's a weaponized stink bomb. When threatened, it releases this foul odor that can make even lions back off. Scientists say it's not just about defense. The smell is also used to mark territory or stun prey inside burrows. Some researchers even believe it can suffocate small animals. Basically, the honey badger doesn't just fight with teeth and claws. It fights with chemical warfare. And honestly, that's kind of fitting. This creature is chaos wrapped in fur. A mix of brains, brawn, and bad attitude. Fearless, relentless, and just a little bit unhinged. It doesn't care who you are. Lion, snake, or human. If you mess with it, it's coming for you. That's why the Guinness World Records once named it the most fearless animal on Earth. And if you've made it this far, you probably agree. From surviving venom to escaping prisons, from stealing honey to outsmarting zookeepers, the honey badger is living proof that nature doesn't follow rules. It breaks them. So next time someone tells you size matters, show them a picture of this animal and say, "Yeah, Tell that to the honey badger, because nature never stops surprising us. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and tell us in the comments, which honey badger fact blew your mind the most? And if you think this animal is wild, wait until you see the creatures that can glow in the dark. Click right here. You're not ready for that one.